Thank you. All right, now we're good. Hello, hi, hello. How low? Okay, how low? Oh, goodness. All right, how's everybody doing? Hi. Welcome in. Goodness, hello. Welcome in, Echo. Welcome in through there, bro. Welcome in, Uncreative. GG. Hello. Welcome in. Goodness. And hello, Siam Zero, Wilson Fox, Daho, Bujo Portnov. Hello. Hello, Janu. Hello, Vessa. Hello, Edzengetsu. Hello, Kalmax. Hello, Kisakai. Hello, Babylon. Hello, Catch. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hello, Cerulean. Hello, Daho. I don't know if I said hello, Daho, earlier, but hello, Daho. I hope you guys are doing okay. How low? You too. Ryan Espinosa, hello. Welcome in. Did she greet Twitch first? How dare you? I was trying to be nice. Am I not allowed to? Hi, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Trying to get my head back on straight. I'm actually really surprised that you guys are here today. So it makes me happy. Hello. No being nice allowed? Be Angie Fox? I don't wanna. I don't wanna though. Hello, Stuckler. Welcome in. I don't know. I thought people would be really busy today, so I really appreciate you guys. Haven't even touched Arknights today yet. That is a-okay. The only reason that I'm like trying to be on top of things is because I'm trying to get the shorts done as much as I can. Why would we be busy today? Because of game launch stuff. I figured most people would be busy doing that. I have 2 monitors for a reason. Fair enough. What do you think is playing right now on this? Yeah, no, I figured that. Hey, you know what? If I'm second monitor content, I do not mind, because that means that I am at least monitor content in some way, shape, or form, and that makes me happy. Yeah, I figured that that's probably what everybody is working on right now. But I hope you guys are having fun. Chat stars and Danoni. Yeah, I'm not prone to angry bursts. Hopefully. Hello, Trion. Welcome in. Understood, minimizing the window on the second monitor. Wow, okay. No, totally not been playing some other games since the early morning. I hope you guys are at least getting to sleep, right? I hope you guys are at least, like, getting a little bit of sleep. Sleep is helpful. Sleep is good, I encourage it. Maybe celestial bunnies, but you still need sleep. You see, Starlight is in her hacker phase again? What do you mean hacker phase? What is a hacker phase? Refreshing 4 hours. How am I in a hacker phase? Sleep? What's that? Please, guys, you can eat just. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, I can't pull all-nighters anymore. I used to be able to pull all-nighters. I can't do all-nighters anymore. No sleep, coffee machine is doing overtime. Oh. Goodness. Well, I hope you guys are having fun still. Alright. Shall we jump into this? There's 2 things that I actually want to do today. One is I want to go over what the new outfits are, because I'm excited to see them up close and personal. And the second thing is I'd like to sort of do like a tiny bit of, I don't know how much we'll be able to do, but like see if we can do a little bit of discussion regarding brainstorming type of stuff. I want to try to do brainstorming because I really want to enter the Atto contest, and I need to try to think of something that works really well. And I know we haven't finished the storyline of the event yet, but I'm at least trying to like get the brainstorming going, and then if we need to like shift and adjust it later, we can. I don't know if anything will come of that. So for most part, our focus is on fashion today. Alright. Anyway, let's jump into it here, shall we? So we will, let's see. Trying to make sure I do all these things correctly. We will mute this, have this thrown around. There we go. Alright, and hello, Pajomka. Great idea. With my bad ideas, all the good ones will shine. Goodness. Alright. Let's see what we have here today, shall we? And yes, I did remember to turn off the voices. I did remember to turn off the voices. You gonna do Enfield yourself, by the way? Thupatebra, check my YouTube. Check my YouTube. For anyone who doesn't know, I just released a new YouTube video yesterday, and that will answer all of your questions. Also, thank you guys so much for the appreciation on the YouTube video. I worked really hard on it. I haven't done long form content in a really long time, so it really means a lot. I appreciate you checking it out. Skip Aeskin for last, turn on voices again before you do Aeskin. So I'm guessing that it's okay spoilers-wise. Skip Aeskin for last, turn on voices again before Aeskin. Okay. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Alright. First up is Pepe, and this comes from the fantastic Nami. Amazing, amazing artist. We love Nami's work here. Alright. Wow, okay, it's very blue. Let's see, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different cats. So many cat, need it but don't have Pepe. I understand that, don't worry. What the cat doing? There's so many cats. There's so many, like, cats in procession here. Alright, let's get a better look of this, shall we? So vibrant, much cat indeed, yes. Alright, so the actual canvas is sort of basically portal to the cat world. It looks like we have the two cat statues on these columns. And this, okay, we have circle magic here, instruments, we've got lutes and lyres. I'm definitely getting like alternate dimension type of feeling. How much cat do you want? Yes. I'm definitely getting like world of cats. This is giving me Cat Returns vibes. Has anybody seen Cat Returns? Hi Miyazaki. This is definitely giving me Cat Return vibes, I think. I really like the pairing because Pepe usually has more of like a golden color scheme, right? So the combination with the deep, deep blues, the celestial theme in the background, pairs really well. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got bard cats, all kinds of bard cats, many different instruments. We've got pan flute bard cat. We've got, let's see. Got tambourine, lute, lyre. I think that these are certain cats. Let's see here. Hello, Seko. Cat statues, and then a big, giant cat statue that I think is, like, very sphinx looking. And then there's another... Wait, is this a pile of cats behind here? A pile of cats behind the hammer? I do recognize this one, I can't, the name's escaping me now, and I even, like, got her full potential. Papyrus, right? Papyrus? It's Papyrus? I think it's Papyrus, right? Like, my brain was saying parchment, and I'm like, that's not right. Bunch of cats holding up the hammer together, yeah. Although I'm not really sure how well it's working, because it looks like a lot of them are falling, to be fair. Okay, so one is Papyrus, and I don't know the other one. The rest, I think, are all more Citizen Village, because they all have the same outfit with the headband. And then I'm curious about this big... What would I call... It looks like it's supposed to be a sphinx. It's shaped like a sphinx. And then we've got the lotuses here. Magical lotuses. I like the amount of depth it has. It has a lot of depth in regards to the sphinx kind of being like way out in the middle of this celestial vortex. Because these cats are more detailed holding the hammer, you can tell that they're closer. But they're also still behind Pepe, not just because she is literally in front of them, but also just in the shadow color, right? They blend in. They're in the blue of the shadow. They're in this space. Whereas these cats that are outside of it, they have more of their natural fur color showing. So that's a lighting trick to sort of push the characters back regarding the atmosphere. If these cats had been this color, then they would look much, much closer to Pepe, but because they are further behind, because they have this layer of blue, they look, I would say, maybe 10, 15 feet away. So it's interesting how, with the difference in color, we can push them back into the atmosphere where all these blue tones are going. Trying to see, are these symbols? They look like symbols. I think they're symbols. Okay. We've got this sort of magic spell going on. I like her lawn flowing dress, how it kind of nicely borders around the canvas, right? It creates this triangular diamond shape, which is reflecting the diamond shape of the overall canvas. So we have this platform that she's standing on, right? And then the diamond of the platform is being repeated in the dress and the other corner of the platform. We sort of have this double diamond effect going on, and it sort of creates this unity harmony feeling in the composition. So aggressively ancient Egyptian, lotus flowers everywhere, even on the hammer. Yeah, the lotus flower itself, the hammer itself is a giant lotus flower, right? I'm trying to see, yeah, so there's a lot of play with the color here. Nami does a really good job balancing color palettes. We saw the same thing in the Mizuki piece. So you have a giant background of mainly blue, but then there's just enough warm colors in these little touches of gold. Little touches of gold in the water, touches of gold within these lotuses and against the light of these cats. And then the rest of the gold is right out here in the front, where we can see the grout on the tile, and of course Pepe's entire dress here. All the gold elements, the gold filigree, the jewelry accents, they're creating a great balance, as well as her hair being redder. So we've got a little bit of that primary coloring going. It feels colorful, but it doesn't feel overwhelming because every color in the piece is extremely desaturated, right? So because of the desaturation of the piece, we have like a grayish muted red. We've got our bright golds, but they're very, very thin. And then we have the much larger blue taking up the majority of the canvas, but it's softened by all of the surrounding golds and warmer browns and purples. It's very interesting. It does kind of have a shield. Yeah, I was thinking it, like, the shape does feel shield-like. It definitely does form a shield, and it also forms this gateway or entryway. Having this procession of cats with the musical instruments in a circle, it definitely gives me Fae vibes of some form. Definitely Fae, ritual, spell work going on for sure. I think the one thing that stands out the most weirdly enough, is probably the balloons. I mean, they're very cute, they're very festive, and they're not super bold and colorful. A lot of the texture helps them stand in the background. But that is sort of what I think the one thing that it works visually, like it's nice to balance everything, but the balloons feel so out of place thematically. So it's kind of interesting that way, right? Crest of the ancient cat family. I could see that. It does, yeah, you know, like a crest, a shield, some sort of protective cats, maybe? Egyptians were known for their party balloons. Blatant lies. It's maybe the shield is more symbolic, like the cats are protectors, right? Because if you have Egypt and cats, isn't there this tie of them being revered because they're sort of a... They look over mortals, right? They look over mortals and protect them, so maybe the shield is more of a symbolism of protection. I think that could possibly be it. I like how her dress just fits the composition so well, and also her pose works really nicely. Her pose is sort of like pointing to this cat with this lotus, nonchalantly. She's holding something, but her arm is outstretched to point to this cat with the lotus, and this arm is holding the spell work, but also pointing to this cat with the lotus. And then when you can follow the spell work, it makes us see both the hammer and the cat sphinx in the background. So the whole thing is really guiding our eye in multiple ways, which is really nice. Also, the movement with the cat procession is really good, kind of creating this circular, mystical formation around the piece. All right. I didn't see what... Let me see what the idol was again. Her eyes change, I think. All right. Is she playing a conductor role? Wait a minute. She's... Okay, this piece turns. This hand goes limp. The whole thing lights up. She's conducting the cats, isn't she? She's sort of like... interesting. Interesting. Since they have all the instruments around her, it kind of looks like she's leading them. Which I guess, I don't know her lore. I don't want to actually know the real reason. But I feel like there's a sense that she is sort of conducting this cat procession orchestra. I love how the symbols on the columns light up. It's a really nice touch, I think. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered for pest control, protecting homes and grain from rodents, snakes, and scorpion, and evolved from useful predators to sacred symbols of divinity, particularly linked to the goddess, I'm not gonna pronounce the name right, Bastet, representing protection, fertility, and good health, leading to their mummification, elaborate burials, and even capital punishment for killing them. Interesting, interesting. So they evolved into symbols of divinity, protection, fertility, and good health. See, that's where I think we're getting the shield from, right? Is the protection element. And I think it's like more subtly symbolic, but I do get this feeling of protection, and I do get the feeling of Pepe leading this procession. I love how many particles are moving around, right? I love all the particle work in this. The particles with the lotuses, the particles with the stars, the particles with the glitter in the balloons, and the particle with the spell work. It's really, really nice effect of particles. There's so much of them, but they're still not overwhelming because there's a lot of empty space on the tile here that lets our eyes rest, as well as empty space in the water that let our eyes rest, between the fountains, of course. Also, the fact that the cats are all one singular fur color, aside from these two more special ones, this also lets our eye rest. There's not like a crazy amount of markings. So when you have enough points of rest in a piece, you can get away with going really detailed on the edges here, in her dress design, in the stars. You can add a lot of particle effects because there's enough places for the eye to rest so it doesn't feel super overwhelming. It's a really, really good thing to know with composition. Alright. Let's see the actual animation. And I do have the voices turned off. Okay. She is conducting them! She is conducting them! There's music notes behind here! She is conducting them! She is conducting the procession of cats! Okay, this turned into music notes! She's absolutely the conductor! Alright, let's see that one more time. So she's got the symbols. These turn into music notes in the background. The cats start dancing and playing their instruments. And then there's like this beautiful rainbow of cat happiness. Cat jam, there you go. The cat choir, indeed, indeed. This is really, really cute. Oh man, Nami does such a good job. She's so good at backgrounds too. Like, I really have to say, she's so good at the feeling delivered in backgrounds, right? Like when we looked at the Mizuki skin or the Christmas Golden Glow skin. She's really good at giving a vibe to the background element and making it integrate really nicely with the character. There's so much to learn from that. I'm gonna play this one more time because it's just so cute. So this is basically being worked like a conductor's baton. That is beautiful. That is fantastic. I love that. All right. All right. Misaligned sightseer. New arrivals knew it of the night sky. Reed flutes and harps play in succession as jade lotuses gently float by. The night sky and melodic notes accompany Pepe in a moment where she has pushed everything else to the back of her mind. Very, very nice. Very nice. Also, really good chibi. The chibis don't always do justice, but this is a very nice chibi. I think that when you have clothing elements on the chibi, the more they can flare out and sort of take up more of the sprite box, I think it generally tends to work better. So I think this is a really, really nice chibi design. The chibi could be improved by having a cat pet with it. That is true. That is very true. Considering how many cats are here jamming out, I am actually surprised that there isn't one. I'm guessing it's probably an on-skill thing, but yes, I agree. There should be a chibi to go along with it. Absolutely. It needs a chibi cat. All right. Also, hello, Wolix. Welcome in, welcome in. Real quick, Zengetsu, is there any text I need to skip? I just wanna make sure. I have the voices turned off, but is there any text I have to skip? Nope. All right, sounds good. Next up, Thorn. All right. Hello, Thorn. This is, wow. This is an interesting one. This one is very bold, stark. All right. Thorn's altar, right? Thorn's altar. We only... Okay, interesting. This is a really... Wow, this one throws me off. All right, let's see how this looks. Because maybe I'm just not seeing it correctly. What are... Okay, Monster Siren Records, okay. Was this an Ambience Synesthesia piece? Wow. This one is strange. I don't think I can't zoom out any further, right? I don't think we've ever seen a skin like this before. Huh. I think I'm looking at a sail. It's kind of hard to make out what everything is here. Is this like a record player? Or is it just abstract? I'm having a hard time really like figuring out what this is. It's really hard to parse what's going on. Yeah, I agree. Let me zoom in and see if we can figure anything out. So, okay, we definitely got the record part here. I thought it was a cassette. Wait, is it a cassette? Is it a cassette that's like at an angle? Is it a perspective of a cassette? Okay. It's a cassette that is sort of like morphed. Where's the second half of it? The tape is leaking out bottom left. Okay, I see that. Where's the second half of it? What? I mean, unless it's like a really certain type of cassette that only has one reel? Is it partly inside the broken machine? I'm really confused by this one. So I'm guessing this is like this is the sea urchin element, right? I'm guessing this is a sea urchin element. And it's kind of melting in a way. It looks like it has almost fish scales burned on it. I'm having such a hard time grasping what these are. I can't quite make it out. It does feel like this would be a sail, but then, okay, I can see a little bit of a disc shape here. There's a little bit of a disc shape. I think it is a little robo-bird, yeah. Okay. Is there anything we can glean from the outfit itself here? Okay. Electronic glove, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think this is an electronic glove. It looks like it has nodes and wires coming out of it. Interesting choice with the bright neon against the royal blue. Got a little ring on. I can't really make this out either. Okay, this kind of looks like some sort of rope or... I mean, this kind of looks like GIMP, but I know it wouldn't be GIMP. That wouldn't make any sense. And then this sort of extremely pixelated piece? This is strange. I don't really know. I don't know what to think about this one, honestly. I don't know. I guess, like, I don't want to be mean about this, but this personally, this is not my personal taste, I don't think. There's so much bold color in so many ways, but, like, it's so abstract. I guess the point is that it is abstract. I'm not usually an abstract person. I usually like things that are very specific. So maybe I'm just not the target audience for this one. I don't really understand it. I guess it's supposed to... Okay, wait. How far can we... This is as far as we can zoom out, right? I guess if you squint your eyes, it's supposed to feel like a ship. This is my guess. My guess is this cassette, if you look at it, the way it's sort of, like, leaning this way, maybe this is like a porthole? Maybe this is a porthole? Maybe it's like a ship? And then if this is the sail, And then maybe this is like where the mast would be? And there's sort of this record here. Maybe it's supposed to feel like a ship? Would that make sense? It's a silhouette of a sail ship, but the elements are made from recording equipment. That's, yeah. Combination of a record player on top with a stylized cassette he's sitting on. I'm getting the vibe it's an abstract set from MSR for a photo shoot. I feel like it's supposed to be an abstract ship made out of music elements. Genestis, I think you're right. I think that is what they are trying to go for. I feel like there would have been ways to clarify the design. Maybe if there were like drums that also worked as windows, or man, if I was assigned this, I don't actually know how I would do it either. Maybe I would have like drumsticks for a mast. I really don't know. So what is this part here? It's something. It looks like a fan. I can't really... They're just kind of floating. They're just floating. I don't know what they are. They're just sort of floating there. Alright. Fair enough. I think we understand what they were trying to go for, but I'm not really sure if it hit the mark, personally. Thorns himself looks fine. I like the rendering he's got. Interesting decision for the one red glove and then the bright neon and then the primary colors. I don't know. I don't want to be mean about it, but I don't think this one's my favorite. I don't think Assigned has anything to do with this piece. This feels like an artist was given free reign and chose to go full experimental. That is very, very possible. I'm just not someone who can appreciate abstract as much. I'm sure that there's other people who really, really like abstract. I've just never been an abstract person. But let's see the idol. I just sworn there was something. There we go. There's the bird. Is the bird okay? Okay, I guess the bird's okay. I think the bird's alright. You just sort of like... Play that one more time? The bird is trying. He's helping the bird fly. Alright. Okay. Interesting. Well, the electric bird, anyway. The wind knocks it over and he fixes it. Oh, is that what it is? Alright, that's cute. And then, let's see the full animation here. Okay. There is something with the arm. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's why it's so stark. It's because it needs a blank canvas. What on earth? Wait, that's such a detailed... What? Alright, we have to look at that again. That's why it's so bare. It's because it needed room to show an entire scene. That makes sense now. I don't think it's... I'm guessing it's from his event. Okay, I think I see Scotty. I'm not really sure. Interesting. Well, now it makes so much more sense why it's such a blank canvas. It had to be a blank canvas. They needed to showcase... I don't know. I mean, even if it was complex, you could have put something... You could have had, like, some thing that went behind it temporarily to make it easier to see. But okay, I think I at least understand what they wanted to go for. Thorns is Matrix confirmed. All right. Let's see here. Marth Sports Line, new arrivals, boundless sale. Exercise attire based on a fencer's protective clothes. Offers comfort and fashion alongside all-day defense. All right, Thorns. Interesting, interesting. All right, let me make sure I didn't, I have to wait to address comments until I'm, like, done with each discussion if it's not, like, directly related to the piece. But let me catch up a little bit here. Watched the Enfield video the other day, listening to the part. But, yeah. Thank you, though. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can't look at any of Pepe's chibi model without thinking of the hammer theme from Donkey Kong. That's very fair. Goodness. The quality of the art is good, but yeah, I agree. I'm not really there from a design perspective, I don't think. First Arknights stream? What? FADMK. What do you mean? Normal? First Arknights stream, normal Arknights, not Enfield. What do you mean by that? I normally stream Arknights. I'm not really sure what you mean. So yeah, just to clarify, I did, how far did I get? I got a little bit into, Thorn's event on the stages, but I did not read the story. Actually, I think this is before I was, like, talking to anybody, and I think I tried reading the story, and I think I remember it being very, very, very long, just for the first section, and I don't think I ever, like, actually finished it. I think I read the very, very, very first segment of the first piece of the story. I think that's it. I did try clearing the event, yeah, I did not succeed. This was before we had done the calendar and trying to figure out timelines and trying to avoid spoilers and everything, because it was very early on. I think it was right after the Lappy event, which I didn't read at all, in the slightest. I did not read at all. I tried reading a tiny bit of the Thorns event. I gave up very, very quickly. I recall you getting pretty far on in the stages after a lot of tries. I remember getting really determined to try to see if I could beat it. I was not able to. I was really, really, really determined though. Because this was very early on. I think most of my, I don't think I had any E2 ups at that point. It was shortly before that. I think I was barely on the server, yeah. So I do remember reading some part of the event, but I also didn't read anything that would have, like, spoiled Arknights as a whole, thankfully. And I never actually, like, read further into it. It was just very, very long, I remember that being the case. But also that might have been, like, in comparison to the first chapter, right? It would have been, like, very, very long to me. I don't know how long it is in comparison to everything else, but... No E2 clear, let's go. I don't think I had E2 at that point. I'm trying to remember what I did to... I was extremely determined to clear stage 6. I eventually figured it out after a ton of tries. I had to borrow to clear 7. And then I did not clear the boss at all. About the length of an individual Gavial event? That was a hard event for where we were at the time. I couldn't clear it either, yeah. So I do know more details about that event than I probably should have, but that's okay. That is a-okay. I'll forget it in here. Alright, let's move on. Alright. Chen Alter. Chen the Hollanday. I didn't realize until going through Desole's Holiday that her name is a pun. Like, I didn't know what the word Hollanday meant, and then I realized it's holiday and Lundragon. It took me a bit to realize. Alright. I reached Aroma Chen just in time. Aroma Chen, okay. Amazing. Is this literally just in front of a laundromat? Alright, let's take a look at the detail here. Laundry. Lunman Laundry. Heck, that's funny. Oh my gosh, there's an inflatable tube dragon! There is an inflatable tube dragon! Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun right now. I love the inflatable tube dragon. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. You never saw that? 100 out of 10, perfect skin. Inflatable tube dragon. I love it so much. It's just so happy. How have you guys not seen? You guys have seen the skin and you didn't see the dragon? You didn't see the inflatable tube dragon? My gosh, the skin is worth it just for the dragon alone. Oh my gosh. Lunman Laundry, an inflatable tube dragon. Really, just a meme skin. BRB buying the skin now. Hypergriff needs me to, like, sell skins for them, because I'm pointing out things that I can't believe you guys missed, like the inflatable tube dragon. Should have made it orange so it looks like whey. Oh my gosh. It would have been amazing. Were these people not noticing the part that moves constantly? I know, right? Alright, let's see here the details. Alright. Dryer balls? Not really sure. There's a lot of ducks! Amazing. There's a lot of ducks. We've got squad stickers. Yep. Why does this look like, what? This looks like beta form Ditto. Have you seen beta form Ditto? This looks like beta Ditto. I know it's Hoshi, but have you seen beta Ditto? Got the whole gang here. Amazing. I feel like Raoul probably very much appreciates the detail that goes into these bubbles. Alright. Now we can actually, like, appreciate Chen's outfit herself. Looks like Chibi Alphonse. Oh, yeah, you know what? That is also very accurate. And Alphonse actually has big, tough armor arms, so that actually fits even better. I think the dragons have my favorite designs. No bias there at all, right? Alright, what is this outfit here? It looks like... What is this? Is this like a ribbon fabric? kind of looks like netting? No, it's, oh, there's a name for this. There's a name for this type of knotwork. Oh, I forgot what this is called. Sometimes it's like, this knotwork is sometimes hardened with like, starches to make into bowls and things. I forget what this is called. But it kind of reminds me of that. And... Yeah, I guess it's just a decoration and the rest is a jacket? No, it's like a half skirt. I thought they were spoons hanging at first. Why did you think they were spoons? I only know a similar thing from native dream catchers. No, it's not dream catchers. It's usually white. It's usually used in beach aesthetic. And it's like a string that you can harden and then use for, like, I think sometimes people make coasters out of it. I forget what it's called. I forget what the process is called. And then we've got the bubble gun here. Her hair is rendered really nicely. I love how graceful the I'm sorry. I can't with the dragon in the corner here. I'm trying to appreciate Chen, but this dragon's demanding my attention. Do you see this? Like, this is very hard to ignore. I'm trying to appreciate Chen, and this dragon is just like peeking out of the corner so that I'll pay attention over here. Do you see this? This is like address the dragon in the room. All right, I need to hide the dragon a bit. I can barely see it peeking out from here. Oh my gosh. It's just, how did you guys not see it? All right, let me zoom in a little bit on Jen here so I'm not distracted by the dragon. I love the rendering here. I think that the artist did a really, really good job rendering her hair. Like, the hair in general has really good contrast. I love the effect where there's, like, light in the back where you would normally have shadow. It creates a really nice effect. I think this is a good outfit where it's, like, just covered enough to still be, like, beachy and, like, an outfit in a gacha game, but not overly revealing, and still kind of sporty, which makes sense for a policeman, right? I think it hits a lot of really good balances, outfit-wise. You've got, like, the short jacket here, and it does expose the midriff, but everything is just covered with shorts, and it still has that more elegant, beachy, white fabric tone that gives it a little bit more of a playful vibe. The boots are a little bit out of place because this would have a lot of chafing, I think. You've got really big, heavy, thick leather boots with delicate, graceful fabric. So it's a bit of an odd combination, but I'll let it slide. I think it's funny that there's sort of this just random duck motifs everywhere, little duck keychains. Also, the duck's feet are so long. Why are the duck's feet so long? Do you see this? This is not a regular rubber duck. This is like a duck flamingo. You tall boy. Imagine this thing just running on the ground in a laundromat. It's just I can hear the slapping on the tile floor, like on wet tile floor. I can hear the slapping with these little feet, with these long, small feet. Overall, it's a good outfit, and I think that in terms of like proportion drawing, I think that her face is very, very well drawn on a technical level. I think it's very well, I think that on fundamental art skill, they did a very good job with the body, the proportion, the pose. The angle is also really good here. I think there's a lot that really fits. So let's see what else has changed here. We got the regular gun here, I guess, for the altar, and then the sword, which is very well protected, it looks like. And then we're just using, like, the bubble gun. The ducks are adding a lot more than I actually thought they were. The ducks are providing a huge amount of color contrast that I didn't realize at first that they were contributing to, so that's really interesting, actually. The ducks are helping hold the piece is mainly blue and purple, correct? Like, the majority is dark blue, light blue, black, and purple. The ducks are holding the piece together really, really well in terms of adding just splashes of different color to keep the visuals interesting. I didn't realize how much importance the ducks were providing, but they're actually holding the piece together, which is kind of amusing to me. Seriously, how did you guys not notice the dragon? Alright. I didn't even realize we still have the idols and animation here. Oh my gosh. It rains bubble ducks. No! Don't shoot the dragon! Oh my gosh, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Really should have had Way's color scheme now. I love how there's also, can we talk about there's like a rainbow there too? Like, okay, there's a, oh, he's scared of the, the duck is scared of the dragon, so she shoots the dragon. Base dragon slaying chat. The irony though, in saying that. The duck is, wait. Yeah, let's play that one more time. The duck gets terrified of the dragon, I think. So we have the ducks floating here. The duck feels threatened by the dragon. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is so, like, this is so fun in such a silly way. Alright. And the actual animation? Did I get that right? There we go. Okay. Many raining ducks and raining... Oh my gosh, this poor dragon. Hi? Hello? Oh my... I think this is the first time we've seen a skin that has this level of depth. What the heck? She did this 3D movie with the glasses in the early 2000s style. Surprise duck jutsu. Pocket duck. My gosh. Wait, I need to see that again. I got so distracted. I was like, oh, this animation isn't doing that much. Oh, how wrong I was. Oh my gosh. Okay, lots of ducks and bubbles. And then these bouncing balls that hit the poor dragon. And then this ominous duck. And then 3D duck. Okay, alright, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Jen hijacked Aroma's laundry service. I'm impressed. This is a really good skin. It's got so much going on. It's just so fun. It's just so playful. And like I was saying earlier, the colors are, like, I didn't realize the importance of the ducks, but these ducks are holding the colors and composition of the skin together. This is really well done. This is really, really well done, I have to say. Goodness. Alright. Coral Coast Holiday Series. Comfortable, relaxed, breathable, and lightweight. Allows you to enjoy a perfect beach experience and absolute relaxation. I think it's a little bit more than that, but hey, you know. Oh, I see how you guys missed the No, I still don't know how you guys missed the dragon, even with Chen's picture here. It's moving so erratically. How did you miss this? Oh my gosh, I hope that this is so unlike. Wait, why is there should be like a chibi duck or something. I think there should be a chibi duck, and I hope that the dragon is on skill for some reason. I hope that this dragon's on skill. Gorilla in the basketball video moment? Yes, very true. Also, Horror, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Imagine Jen had access to this technology in Chapter 8. Amazing. You didn't notice that she's shooting the dragon? We've been over this! No, please! There's tons of ducks in the attack animations. Good. I'm glad. It's amazing. Fantastic. Fantastic. Came in right in time for the thigh boots. What? You guys. Oh my, man. You know, now I want one of these, like, silly little dragons as, like a inflatable desk toy or something stupid. I don't know. I'm loving this stupid dragon. Alright. You were asking how we could miss it? Yes, I was. I still am. It's so intentionally, like, it's even just peeking out of the corner so much here. You were asking how we could miss it. Boots. Is that what you guys were distracted by the boots? Oh my gosh. Alright. Next up. Alright. Necras. I know nothing about you. I'm not ready to know anything about you, but you are very intriguing. Interesting. That is a really good chibi. That is a really good chibi. Like I was saying, when it just fills the sprite square, it's just doing a really good job. Alright. This is also beach skin, noted. Okay, huh. Yes, skeletal ghost fish. Interesting. Skeletal ghost fish, and kind of this, like, planetary thing going on. That's interesting. Huh. Alright. Skelly fish. The outfit's alright, the ghost fish are peak. The ghost fish are nice. I'm surprised they're not moving more for some reason. I don't know. This is a really interesting sense of color contrast, because she's the most detailed thing in the skin design, as well as her weapon kind of taking like a huge amount of visual focus. But we've got her tail pointing to her, the fish pointing to her, and then being front and center, but having this black cloak against a white swim cover is allowing us to still see her. Also, the dark night sky with her platinum blonde hair behind is allowing us to visually see her, as well as the white against the black of the weapon with this rotating orbit happening. Very interesting. There's a... It's kind of this crescent moon shape here. But then I don't actually see the crescent moon here, so that's intriguing. I don't think it's her reflection. Because it doesn't match her legs. I think it's a crescent moon or a... Can't tell if it's referencing other dragons. I'm not sure. But that's interesting. It's a good warm color against a sea, literal sea. It's a warm color against a sea of purple. So it's that purple and yellow having that intense color contrast, which is very, very interesting. Really interesting how they do the color combination there. All right. See any details here? It is very well drawn. It's a very simple outfit, so it's one of those things where the background is kind of pulling in the most work. She has a Triforce-looking earring, which is interesting. And then the tail here is sort of continually pointing, but the flame of the tail itself is kind of getting lost in the flame of everything else. I can't actually, unless it's just a really big tail flame. I don't think so, though. It's kind of, the flame of the tail is kind of getting lost in the flame on the chest and the flame in the weapon. There's a lot going on here. There's a Zelda reference. I mean, can you blame me? It's literally a Triforce shape right here. I mean, look, I get it. It's not literally Triforce. I'm just pointing out that it's the same shape, okay? I'm intrigued by the galactic orbiting happening. And then, of course, we have these skeletal fish. These must have been crazy looking when they had scales on. It's also very interesting how rough it is. Look at how rough these brush strokes are. These are really, really rough brush strokes, but they still give you the right idea of fish in the water, right? I wonder if there's like... Very interesting. There's so many like little nods and symbols to things I don't know. And I don't want to know them, but I can just sort of feel that there's a lot going on, which is, like, piquing my interest, I'll say. Alright, let's see what the idol is. Okay. Alright, it's simple, but it's elegant. Simple, but elegant. Very interesting. I'm trying to see, what happened again? Is it intentionally reversing, or is it just, I guess, just replaying where the animation needs to happen? Huh. Interesting. Okay. It's a really, really good color contrast between the light and the dark, I have to say. And it frames her very nicely. Alright, and here, full animation? No, that's unusual. Okay, again with the... Again with the forward motion. We have not seen this before, have we? Again with the forward motion animation. This is not normal. We've not seen this before. We've not seen this 3D glasses effect. What the heck? Why is this like a thing now? To have this 3D glasses effect on these animations. The heck? This is so... Ah! The art director for this batch watched Spy Kids and had a revelation. Amazing, amazing. These skins truly are a minefield. It's very intriguing though, I have to say. Alright. Very good work. I'm curious, I'm not questioning, I'm not asking, but I'm paying attention to the fact that this thing is reversing. When we play those animations, it's reversing, and I don't think it's just trying to meet an animation play. Because I don't think we've ever seen a time where it had to sort of reverse an animation to play correctly. There's something to that, and that's all I'm saying for now. Yeah, yeah, I'm noticing that. Alright. Coral Coast Summer Flower Series. Brings out a girl's figure and physique using all natural material. Pursue the summer's hottest trend. Alright, fair enough. And again, I do think they did a very, very good job on the chibi. Where's the parasol? There's no parasol in the skin, and yet there's a parasol in the chibi, but it's also the weapon. Why don't we see that here? It's really interesting. That would be an amazing W skin. Don't give them any ideas. Alright. Next up we have... May! Alright, we're back with the ducky motifs. And this time it actually is on the chibi, which is really nice. Alright. Let's see here. Lots of fish. Very pretty fish design. This one is very adorable, I agree, yeah. She is a duck, so it makes sense. Oh, is that what she is? Wait, I don't think I knew her, species. She's Libri? I would not have guessed that. I don't think I would have guessed Libri. I mean, I guess, Libri is the only one that makes sense, because there's no ears and there's no tail, but still. She'd have a tiny little duck tail, that'd be cute. Oh wait, she does have a tiny little duck tail. I take it back, she does have a little duck tail. That is cute. That is tiny little, so she's a pink duck. She's a pink duck, that's adorable. Alright. It's pretty hard to tell from her original- Flying goldfish! Yes, flying goldfish indeed. Oh no, Vessa's gonna need this one now. Flying goldfish. This is our third skin now that has flying fish. Necras has flying fish, Lynn has flying fish, and May has flying fish. So many flying fish. Goodness. Flying fish motif is a thing, apparently. Many, many flying fish. I like how the goldfish have this punch of cyan, which is kind of making the visual more interesting, bringing in the cyan colors a little bit in her shoes, even though it's more muted, in the popsicle that she's holding in her mouth, working with the cooler colors on her shorts and bag. But then the cyan against the orange on the fish itself help them pop out. especially against the darker colors here, right? We can see this splash of cyan against the dark door. It's making it stand out nicely. You're the dragon? Nah, you're the fish. These are nice though. It's a good illustration. The sort of like surrounding by fish is nice. And I guess it makes sense because like if she's a duck, then there's probably gonna be fish in a duck pond, right? So it's probably replicating like a duck pond feeling where you would have fish alongside the duck. That's my guess anyway. Because I've seen goldfish in a duck pond and the ducks don't really bother them. So maybe it's like a symbiotic thing. I don't really know. But regardless, color-wise, it's very nice. Visually, just to fill in the space, it's very nice. It's a good pose. I like the, this is an interesting effect, actually. I wouldn't have thought to do this. This sort of, like, purple, bright purple, against where the light and the shadow meet here. That's an interesting thing that I probably would not have done. Very intriguing to see how they do the line art, too. Man. I wish I could do line art this cleanly and nicely. It's like, it's clean and nice, but it's also loose. It's a really good combination of things. These fish have horns. These fish have horns like a sea king. All the fish have horns. Wait a minute. Didn't Lynn's fish also all have horns? Is that just the fish of Terra? They all have horns? Because I remember that one was supposed to represent Hoshi. I remember that one, but this isn't that. They all just have horns. They're all Sea King. I like the little mini duck on her head. That's cute. Which is kind of quizzical why... Yeah, this is a duck, that's a duck, this is a duck, that looks like a penguin. Why do you have a penguin on your hat? Stealth collab with Pokemon. It's a really elegant... Oh my gosh, it's a fishbowl! It's a fishbowl! The silhouette is a fishbowl! My gosh, okay. That's clever. That's really clever. We did not catch that at first. That's really good. Oh my gosh. That's clever. That's so... It's so random, but it just sort of feels right. It just works nicely. That is really nice. Sometimes even the non-animated skins can have some really, really special design work going on. That is really cool. It's recognizable as a fishbowl. I know Vessa would prefer to it be at least a 20-gallon tank, but we need to understand how the masses understand fishbowls, and I think they did a really good job here. They did a good job. Alright. Summer Flower Series brings out a girl's figure and physique using all-natural material. Pursue this summer's hottest trend. Alright. 25-gallon per goldfish? Okay, you know what I mean. Hello, Johnny Virgil. Welcome in. How are you doing? And hello, Airtane. Welcome in. This is so clever. It is a fishbowl. What? Time to do Chen again. Oh, huh. Interesting. Almost. Oh, wait, is this... No, this is Aya, right? I can't see, so I'm assuming? I'm skipping over and jumping to Chen? Alright. Alright, oh! Okay. Wow. This is very different from the laundromat. This is extremely different from the laundromat. Goodness. Alright. Wow. This is actually Chen Altar, despite what it may seem at first. Really? Well, that's confusing. Okay. The main the artists for Chen do a really, really good job, I have to say. Wow. Oh. Goodness. This one's so elegant. The lighting here is phenomenal. The stark, strong lighting is really, really nice here. The lantern work. The traditional hat looks really nice on her too. From bubble shooting gun to giant Mulan Chinese fireworks launcher cannon. Goodness. This is really nice. Huh. Wow. I mean, just from the art perspective, right? Like, looking at it from the art perspective, we are doing the smart thing where we have the lighter color of the skin going against the darker color of the boat, which is creating a contrast so it doesn't get lost. If we didn't have this leg going over the boat, it would be harder to tell that it was a boat, because we need this movement in the water, and we need a separation between the boat and the background, and because there's so much darker color around the boat, we might not see it as easily. So this leg going over the boat is actually doing a lot for readability. Red is always going to be one of the strongest, most eye-catching colors. So the red against the purple, purpley blue, is always very, very smart. I'm interested with what's going on with the crane. That's an interesting touch. Cranes multiple, plural, 2 cranes. The lantern reflection of the water is really nice. And then there's also this bright cyan here, but it's not really reflected as directly to anything. It does add some nice variety into the color though. And then I'm guessing this, I can't tell if this is colored. I think this is catching the lantern as well. I think this is also, this is probably a metal and it's probably catching the lantern too. A little bit hard to tell, but it's very, very nice. The clothing is exquisitely done. And then the fact she has this giant form on her hat that has that darker shadow color against the white here, and there's also enough negative space between the 2 darker forms between this figure and the gun cannon thing. It allows us to sort of frame her around the piece, which is a really, really smart idea. Wow. The boat is actually drawn really, really rough. Look at that, it's only a few strokes. Haha, boat, strokes, get it? But no, really, it's only a few paint strokes. It's only a few paint strokes, that's really interesting. Also, the fact that that the grasses here in the water are a little bit blurrier, a little bit more out of focus. That's doing a good job to sort of frame the piece. I think they did a really good job there. I'm amazed at how rough this is. It's actually really intriguing what you can get away with. Really, really interesting. And then the actual details here, we've got sort of this traditional gold filigree and multiple layers here. Sort of a darker color over some transparent fabrics. Really, really interesting. Is it me, or... I feel like in both skins, in this one and in the laundromat skin, she's looking down on us both times with this, like, air of pure confidence. I think both times the expression has been the same. This sort of side eye and confident looking down at the viewer. Also really interesting how they add in, like, these bright cyans and bright magentas. Really, really adding a lot to her hair color. It's this very confident smugness, yes. Alright. I'm curious here. What's the idol? Hmm? Fireflies? Or... Oh! Oh! Lanterns! Lanterns, that's really pretty. That's very nice. I'm sure I didn't miss anything here. It's these, like, firelights that sort of go into this lantern, and then these lanterns behind her. Zangetsu, I saw that it was a Bloodline of Combat skin. Is this is okay to read? And then, what's the animation here? Oh! Well, there goes the crane. Huh. Alright. It's definitely... it's simpler than the duck going in front of our faces. Cormorant? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Let me see here. 10,000 mountains. Chen Huishe entered the capital on a starry night and left before sunrise after settling matters. She bid farewell to old friends and took a sampan down the river, the lamp on the prow crashing through the fog and night. Is this? What point is this? Interesting. I do really, really, really like the skin here, though. The red and the blue and the yellow of the lantern are doing fantastic job in the contrast. And again, as I was saying before, filling the space of the sprite sheet into this more square format is really good. Chibi do a little kicky? Very true, yes. Which skin do you like more, by the way? I'm debating which to buy at the moment. They give completely different feelings, I think. one is so much more like adventurous, impactful, dramatic, and the other one is just really silly, funny meme work. So it's, I can't really like pit one against the other because they're so different in terms of vibe. It's like, it's kind of more of like what type of vibe you want to go for, if you want something serious and elegant, or if you want something silly and memey. Because the laundromat one is definitely memey. I don't know. I mean, this one I think is so elegant and pretty and visually fitting. But I love that stupid inflatable dragon. Inflatable tube dragon. I love the stupid inflatable tube dragon. So I don't know, I'm kind of biased on that silly thing. I don't even know if it appears in the skill. I kind of hope it does. But I love that stupid... It's just so silly. It has a great face. So, yeah. But I think this one is definitely more on the elegance and appreciation of the strength and conviction type of vibe for the character. Alright. Next we have... Oh, Gaviel! Gaviel, it's been a while. Hello! You have a pirate hat on now. What? Gaviel, what are you up to? Alright. Hello, Gaviel. This is interesting. Is this... You have a giant... Your saw... What? The saw turned into an anchor. What? The saw is an anchor now. Alright. You have a, I'm guessing a lifeguard surfboard of sorts? You're acting even more confident than Chen. This is interesting. And there are dream catchers here for some strange reason. There is a, flamingo. Like, just a standard flamingo. Very strange. Alright. Alright, we've got the, drinks prepared, okay. Which you apparently took from Rhodes Island. You took all the drinks here. Did the Durans help prepare these? Star every time a bird is in the background of a skin. Strange, very strange. It's a full flamingo! Are you kidding me? It's a full flamingo. That's a little different than just background birds. It's a full flamingo. And the duck in Chen's skin had the legs of a flamingo. I can see, yeah, there's a whole flock of them. The artist used a really, really textured brush here. I think this is a really textured brush. Why is it so speckly? It almost feels like the resolution isn't high enough, but I can't tell if that's the brush or not. I can't tell if that's the brush or... Wait, what is this? Is that... I can't tell what that is. It kind of looks like Shaw, but I don't think it is. What is that? Eunectus? Is it Eunectus? It's so hard to make out. I can't tell. Unexus would make way more sense, so I will take your word for it. Oh, I've never seen a star-shaped dreamcatcher. That's interesting. Wait. What? Unectus with a Shaw hat? This is interesting. All of the dreamcatchers are this sort of flower-like shape. And then one of them is a 5-pointed star. Why is that? These are all the same. And then one is 5-pointed. I think that the resolution here is really low, though. Is it me, or is this just a brush, or what? Very hard to make out the details of this one. Like, this isn't, this has, fine detail. This has fine resolution. But the background is, like, really, really low resolution. Why is the resolution so low? I couldn't tell if it was the artist using a type of brush or what, because, like, the flamingo feels the same way. It just feels really, really low resolution. Or, like, someone put chunks of glitter over everything? I can't tell. Maybe it's a stylistic choice. I don't know. Anyway. Is that a... Gabriel, is that a tattoo? Next to your belly button, is that a tattoo? Jeez. Very interesting skin design. And then the hat itself is, like, transparent and sparkly. Weird. It's a croc? Oh, I see. It has, no, I knew about the crocodile, but I couldn't, I see. It's a crocodile with a pirate hat. Okay, the crocodile has a pirate hat now. Got it. The crocodile has a pirate hat. That is clever. That's interesting. Huh. Alright. I like how sparkly everything is, but I'm still wondering why it's, like, so low resolution in the background. I do like the mix of different colors, though. The mix of different colors is very nice. Alright. Let's see, the idol. Oh, okay. We're being real cool here now. You definitely got that from the Durans. Alright. That's fun. Gabriel, you're not allowed to be that cool. Alright. And then the actual animation here? Let's see. Oh, there's a slug. What is... Huh? Your surfboard is electric, huh? Wait, let me see that again. There's like a... What? Is it reacting to the slug? What is... Why are there falling slugs? The heck? It's a chainsaw... It's a chain surfboard. Chain surfboard. But why is this chainsaw not... This chainsaw turned into an anchor. The surfboard turned into a chainsaw. And then there's just a bunch of, like, falling slugs. Like, why the falling slugs, though? Look at these poor guys. Wait, like, look at this. Like, she seems fine with it. Okay, no, she can't get it under control. And then there's just falling slugs. Alright, Gabriel. I mean, yeah, they're cute, but like, why are they just falling out of the sky? I'm playing that one more time. These poor things, like... Well, at least she has good humor about it. This is fun. I mean, I love her attitude towards things. She definitely has the biggest air of confidence here, so... Good for you, Gabriel. Good for you. I think it's funny that her pirate hat is, like, white and frilly and transparent. That is the one thing that I feel like isn't quite in character. To have, like, this frilly, flower, transparent hat, but it's like a pirate hat. It's definitely a different look. Not something I would normally see. I mean, at least it goes with, like, the jacket. It goes nicely with the jacket, and it complements her hair. But I don't think I've seen a flowery pirate hat before. Gucci-esque pattern, kind of, yeah. Maybe the chainsaw is shaking the ground and making them fall out of a tree. Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make sense, yeah. Alright, that's fun. Holiday series. Comfortable, relaxed, breathable, and lightweight. Allows you to enjoy a perfect beach experience in absolute relaxation. Gabriel the Invincible. I love it. I love it. It's very fun. She can allow herself a little girl glamour to go with the girl boss? Fair enough. Alright. Minimalist! Oh my gosh, we've got the whole gang here. Alright. Minimalist, what are you up to? Gosh, I was not expecting your drone to cause me so many You know what? Good! 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 I wasn't expecting your drone to cause so many issues. So you know what? The seagull can have a snack. Goodness. Alright, we're working with the tape measures here. We are trying to build a sandcastle. Okay. How do you even... Oh, right, there's a structure underneath. Alright, I'm curious what you have going on around here. Plans, blueprints, paints, a little scale model. That's cute. Must be a pretty strong castle to be able to hold up all these heavy, architectural sketchbooks. You put a slide here? This is the scale model of what it would be, right? Because that's out of character. Well, so would the windmill. This must be something else. Is this supposed to be the aqua pit? Is this like a scale model of the aqua pit? That's cute, though. Yeah, I agree. That is an interestingly long ruler you have there. I mean, I guess... I thought triangle rulers were a little bit... No, I guess that's fitting. Compasses, triangles... I'm very prepared here. Studio something. Kinda has the same, like, color scheme feeling over here with, like, Mizuki's clothing in a way. So I love the way that this drink is drawn. That's great. Could also be the test model, making sure the engineering would last under smaller conditions. Yeah, that's true. What? No, I don't mean- I don't mean his size. I mean, the drink is still accurate and everything else is fine. I was just referring to this one ruler. Everything else is fine. Although now that you mention it... Wait, no, now that you mention it, I do kind of feel like everything is a little bit more scaled up. Like, just slightly. Everything just feels slightly more scaled up here. Am I imagining that? Can't tell. He's not grumpy, he's just got the sun in his eyes. I can't blame him for that. Little man with tiny cocktail. I thought he didn't drink. It's probably non-alcoholic, right? He doesn't drink. It's a really nice composition, though, I have to say. The movement in the piece between the measuring tapes and... This is, like, slightly tangent with the measuring tapes, but I will give it a pass because it almost feels a little intentional. I like the lens flare effect going on. I think that adds a nice pop of color in what would otherwise be a purely solid sky. The lens flare effect is adding some nice texture to the piece. I like how this almost looks like torn paper. How the edges have this pink effect to them. The background itself does sort of look like torn paper overall. The perspective of the sandcastle having this dynamic 3-point is also looking really good. And then the supplies sort of having that range going around. And this blue paint, which is complementing the blue of his outfit and the blue of the sky in sort of this 3-tiered structure, right? Blue of the sky, the blue of the outfit, and the blue of the paint. Having this separation by the sandcastle. This actually, it's like, people probably don't look twice at minimalist as an operator, nor a skin for minimalist, but this is actually really, really well drawn. This is really well designed. Like everything from the crossing over here, the movement of the piece visually, with all the different things going around. I mean, I'm sure, I can imagine that if you are someone who's hired to do art for Arknights, you probably want to do, like, one of the main 6-star operators. You probably want to do, like, the big, intense things, and to be hired to do, like, the side story character that probably nobody uses. But then to be able to make an art piece for it that is really, really stand out. I have to say, I'm very impressed by it. It's just, it's a really well-drawn skin. He's competing with a lot of top mecha cord casters, Golden Glow, Lappy Alter, and Click. Yeah, that would be difficult. But this skin design, this illustration, is really good. It's really well done, I have to say. The artist did a very good job with it. Alright. Minimalist Holiday Series. Comfortable, relaxed, breathable, and lightweight. Allows you to enjoy a perfect beach experience and absolute relaxation. Minimalist's illustrator is, what? Even the artist's name is minimalist looking. Interesting. Very interesting. I think one of them is, I think one is katakana? But I don't know what the other is? Huh. Alright then. Very, very interesting indeed. I do like all the little architectural supplies in his chibi. I like all the draftsman work here. That's fun. They did a good job there. All right. Next up is Ponsiris, right? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Ponsiris. This one's cute. This one's fun. This one's gentle. Are we serving drinks here? What? I like the color in this. This is a nice one. This is very, very beachy. This is very, very beachy. Oh, she's, I know she's, Libri. It's kind of interesting how, like, wait, is that how surfboards? No, that's not how surfboards work. The end of the surfboard here has this point, like a bird tail, right? I don't think that's how surfboards normally work. Aren't they normally flat on the bottom? So they have this sort of, like, split bird tail appearance to them. We got the birds up here. I like how much the hair looks like it's glowing because of the light shining through from the back. Yeah, dovetail cutout, exactly. Surfboard rental, alright. This one just has the colors of, pure sunset, pure beachy vibes. The bright cyan color for the drink is unexpected, but very fitting in terms of finding a color that would stand out against everything else. So I think they did a really good job with that. The mood is just very, like, I feel like you can hear the soft ocean waves in the background. You can kind of feel the breeze of this. This is a very atmospheric piece. It works nicely. The composition in the background is very simple, but it works because it's mainly just that warm summer evening feeling. It looks very nice. Mood is very 80s, right? It is, yeah. It is. The neon signs and everything, absolutely. It gives, like, it gives that old, like, 80s MTV feeling. Alright. Are we doing the drink work here? That's funny. It looks like they also sell food. It's probably also a hot dog stand. It is a hot dog stand, I can tell. Very, very, subtle, but they do sell hot dogs here. You can see the background of the neon sign and the ketchup and mustard. She is very pretty. Hot dogs and beer. Interesting combo. She is very, very pretty indeed. I like the little charms here. Little bird charms. Little decorations on the swimsuit. Got a lot of triangular motifs. Or at least I'm seeing that repeated. Like, it's on the swimsuit here. It's on the cutout of the swimsuit. It's on her shoes as well. So that's interesting, too. And I like how they repeat the purple elements with the gemstones, with the armband, with the glasses. That's also a good touch. It feels like this isn't a live 2D piece, but you could feel like it would be, because the way that her hair is drawn, it seems like it's just, you know, flying in the wind a little bit. Also, the repetition of the sky with the gradient of the surfboard actually works really well, because the shack window having this darker banner around it allows us to get that darker color of the sky here, which allows the surfboard to start at around this tone up here, and then trail until it matches the bottom. But because the bottom is covered with clouds, it doesn't feel exactly like a perfect repeat, because we have the bottom color here and here, but the clouds create this separation. The clouds are also creating a really nice separation where we can see the darker palm trees much better. A lot of these artists are very, very good about placing colors exactly where they need to be to not get cut off like crazy, which is nice. I do wish this shack was just like an inch further out, or maybe this is curved an inch further in because yeah. All you had to do was either make one a little bit bigger or one a little bit smaller, and you could have fixed it. But that's okay. That's all right. It's yeah. This feels like it had to have been intentional, right? She is very nice, and her hair color, not being present anywhere in the piece except for the neon, is doing a good job making her stand out. Also, the bright hair color that is in yellow against the armband that is in purple, really, really smart decision there. Really smart decision. Purple and yellow being opposite colors, and also being different enough from the sunset and the sky. Really, really good. Really smart. Remember people talking about how Pizarus was a bad operator on release, so I decided she was my favorite Vanguard out of spite. Fair enough. Alright. New arrivals to rest in night breezes. Siesta welcomes back any and all weary wanderers. Fresh off the trek, Anne Mare puts on her favorite ensemble to hit the beach, taking in this quiet sands as day turns to night. Alright, interesting. I think they did a good job with the balancing for the color work. Alright. Real quick, Zangetsu, I know that we've skipped this operator in the past. Is it okay this time? If I'm recognizing the same character? I know we've skipped them in the past. I'm just trying to double check. That's all. That's all. Skip. See, this is why I ask. This is why I ask. I'm proud owner of a maxed out Ponsire, so almost never deployed her. Oh my gosh. Is the one after that one okay? Return to voice lines for Aeskin. I will keep that in mind. I just want to make sure. Also, no. See, this is why I'm asking. Alright, let's... Alright, if those need to be skipped, then... Let me... see if there's any after those. Does it go back to what we've already reviewed? Wait, I know we've had to skip Harmony before for some reason. Are those three just like, hands off? I think we've done all the rest? Okay. Old skins only now, so we've done all the rest then. Alright, okay, alright. So then you just want me to, turn back on voice for Aya, right? This is why I always want to make sure. I just always want to be careful, you know? Alright. Alright. Okay. Aya. Oh my gosh, wait a minute! Wait, I've seen this one before. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've seen this one before. The only reason I've seen this before is because I think I saw an acrylic for sale. And I remember being very, very thrown off by it. This is so precious. Oh, what the heck? I do remember seeing this. This was really early. This was really, really, really early. This was before I started, like, actively avoiding everything related to Arknights. I remember seeing this, and I remember being like, which operator is this? Who is this? Why does she have a goat? Why does she have this adorable little sheep? Sorry, sheep, not goat. Why does she have this sheep? I remember being like, who is this character? This is gonna be like some really rare, really crazy, high-level character, isn't it? I remember freaking out about the giant sheep. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking precious. That is so precious. That is so cute. Alright. And there's a strawberry cake. That's not even fair, man. That's not even fair. Oh, what the heck? That's so cute. Oh, man. Berries! Alright, indeed. With a strawberry cake. I can't get over the strawberry cake. That is so cute. What the heck? Berries, indeed. This is such a pretty cake. I want this cake now. I instantly have become hungry for this cake. This is such a pretty cake. This is such a pretty... Why is the sheep so big, though? Is this a... Okay, picnic. And it's outside. I can't really figure out the setting here. It looks like the setting is more abstract than anything. But why so big? Why such big sheep? She become even smaller than a Durin. Oh my gosh. That's so cute. Alice in Wonderland theming. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, there's not a sheep in Alice in Wonderland, so I did not think of that first. Huge fork, huge berry, huge cake. I thought the Alice in Wonderland cake was tiny. I didn't think it was a monstrous cake. I thought it was just like a little square cake piece that said "Eat me." But this is just berries. This is just fun and cute and happy. It is Alice in Wonderland colors, you're right, as well as sort of the spades motif, maybe. Maybe a card suite, red and white. That is a really cute sheep. My goodness. All right. Well, the angle is really nice because, we kind of, like, when we're looking up at her, we get a sense that we're sort of at her same size, or even smaller than her. And the only, like, it's very interesting how they're doing this, right? Because we can tell that she's smaller than she should be because of the size of the sheep. But because of the angle that we're looking at her, and the angle of the cake especially, you can see the bottom of the cake tray, we get this sense of also being smaller, as well as her being smaller, which makes the sheep look even more massive. I mean, the berries are massive, but because of the angle, of, like, the roof for this picnic sign, or this barn door, basically, everything is sort of distorting scale, which is really interesting. I like how we have the strawberry plant throughout the whole thing, kind of entwined in the composition. It's a really nice color scheme. I'm realizing the little rainbow now. The little rainbow going around here. That's really cute too. That is really precious. I can see why this is one of the most popular skins. I can definitely understand that. I like the balance of the red. We have the red in her dress, the red in her eye color, the red of the berries, and then we have the blue of her dress and the blue of the ribbon on the sheep, and then the whole thing is kind of tied together with this blue-green color in the plants and in the sign, and then a little bit more blue in the sky, which is balanced with this cloud, so it's not directly against her own blue. This is really interesting. This is so subtle. Do you see how, this highlight is right against the gold and right against the blue of the sky, and then sort of turns to this darker blue when it hits the cloud? It's like just played enough so that the same colors are not directly hitting each other, which allows us to pay more attention to her face. That's really interesting. Also the same here, right? Like, with her hair. Her hair being the dark brown, and then the white of the cloud, kind of softening the highlights on her ears and her horns, and the highlights in her hair. But there's just enough separation between the horn and the background gold and the white with the yellow. So, or like here on the dress, right? We have the bright white of the cloud, and then this dress is also white, but because she is in front of us and not outside, we're seeing the shadow element, which is darker. So we're still getting enough contrast between these two pieces, even though these are all the same color, right? We can still see the sheep, because this is a warm white against a cool white. They're doing a lot of things so that nothing is directly getting lost. They're using a lot of tricks here so that nothing is directly getting lost, and it's really, really clever. I like how rough the ponytail is. Yeah, that's true. It's not like... It's a very, very wild ponytail with a lot of different hair strands going on. That's true. I like the little sparkles of this cake. This little cartoon sparkles is fun. This is so sweet. I do get an Alice in Wonderland vibe, but it's like farmland Alice in Wonderland. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. Her shoes have little hoof motifs. Look at that. That's so precious. I love that. That's a really nice detail. They have the little hoof indents there. That's really good. This is really cute. And again, it's so rough. We've got the little goat motif on the fork here. Another detail I never would have noticed. Thank you, Star. Absolutely. I love finding these little details. I'm seeing like I keep saying goat. It's supposed to be sheep. Sorry. Goat and sheep, very different animal. But the sheep motif on the fork is nice. Oh, they're sharing ribbons. They have the same ribbon. We have the ribbon on the sheep with the bell in the same blue color. She's wearing the same one here. So you can see, aside from the fact that they're looking at each other, they definitely have more of a connection to each other, which is really sweet. Kind of like how a, Pokemon trainer dresses like their Pokemon. Not Ron, Aya is the goat. I see what you did there. That's really nice. Oh, wow. Okay, this is cool. So we have the sheep motif here on the base of the fork, right? But then if we go to the end, it continues. And we still see the horns here as well. At the end of the fork. You still have the horn motif. I love this. This looks like a sweet little berry picking feeling. And then the possibilities of what you can do after you've picked the berries. It's so nice. Alright. So we have the idol. Oh, that's precious. That's really cute. That's really cute. Everything becomes all sweet and rosy. Oh, that's really nice. And we have the...
Professor?
Oh?
Would you like to try this cupcake I made? It's got a small piece of berry, some cream I scooped from a bigger cake, and the plate is a vine leaf. Why is there a lamb hiding in your hood? This must be one of Dolly's pranks.
Oh my gosh. Is their name Dolly? Like Dolly the sheep? Is their name Dolly? Is like Dolly the sheep? That's so funny. That's great. That's amazing. Oh, that's precious. That's fantastic. Very clever. Very, very clever. Professor instead of senpai in EN? Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting. Alright. There's so much rainbow light happening here. It's getting my bias a little bit. Alright. This is the only time I've actually been able to listen to the animation with sounds. It's really cute. Third animation? This one, right? Alright. Let's see here.
Is this a dream?
Oh?
A cozy, cloud-white dream?
That is precious. That is so sweet. My goodness. That's really cute. I see why so many people like this skin. Because in his lip sync movement, it would be weird not having voice. That is very fair. I actually had to deal with that when I was making the video yesterday, trying to figure out where to have the lip sync and where to not. No, that's really nice. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm finally allowed to listen to that. That's really sweet. This is so cute. I see why so many people like this skin. It's just pure sugar and cupcakes and rainbows and berries and happiness. It is so nice. It also just has a fantastic amount of layers in color, composition, contrast. It's very, very nice. Very cute, very sweet, very gentle. The whole environment feels soft and fluffy. I love that. I love it. And of course, amazing, amazing chibi too. Fantastic chibi. Alright. A picnic before a lawn trip. Bam! Everyone's become teeny tiny. Must be another one of Dolly's pranks. Good thing the cream didn't stain her dress, because Aya Fiala would need it for a dance of azure blue. Oh? Interesting. Is Dolly, like, does Dolly have her own arts or something? Why is Dolly so, like, amazing at crazy pranks? Very sweet. Very, very sweet. To be continued. Fair enough, fair enough. All good. This is so cute. Alright. That's tempting. But I'm pretty sure that, she is limited in this altar, right? I'm guessing she's very limited. Really cute though. Really cute. Alright. I think that's all the skins that we were able to look at today. I did want to sort of have like a little bit of... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do any brainstorming, honestly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to think of anything. I'm trying to go over what we've seen in Atto so far and try to think if there's any... I don't know. Which off-banner limited would you most want to pull? Aya, Wante Chen, Pepe, or Gavial? I don't know. I mean, I have Nami bias with Pepe. I'm not, like, necessarily a huge cat person. But I think Pepe has a really good design. And I did think that, she was, like, one of the most sought-after operators, and because she's limited, that is probably still the case. I just had this feeling that she was, like, really well sought-after when we started out. It's kind of funny, right? Because Nami's operators, she has Golden Glow, Mizuki, and Pepe, and I think I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the artist, the person who's known for, like, being the art person, got to do, like, the main primary colors of operator. So if there's ever an operator she does that is, mainly, coated with, like, a black outfit, then she'll have CMYK. I think that would be really funny if she gets to do another operator that has mainly black clothing. Because then she would have fit the whole color palette. Right now she has got the primary colors. Which is just really cool, you know? Because it gives a lot of range with what you're doing. It gives a lot of range. But yeah, I don't know. I like Pepe. She just kind of has a feeling that she is supposed to be rare. I don't know why I get that vibe, I just kind of do. But yeah, I don't know. I would probably say Pepe or Aya. I do really like this skin a lot. This would be a really fun skin to be able to use. I don't know Aya's story yet, but she does seem really sweet. Meanwhile, my full pot Pepe. Well, I'm sure you were rolling, like, during her event, like, when she wasn't only Spark, right? She can put you in Arknights since your outfit is primarily black. No, it has to be an undesigned character. She has to have designed the character. The other 6-star from her debut banner didn't come home. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, also, hang on a sec. I think I missed this because I have the alerts off, but, Gerard Wolf, thank you very much for joining the Adventuring Stargazers. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier, but thank you very much. I mean, I saw it, I just couldn't address it. But thank you very much. I need a cowboy skin for Mountain, to be honest. Oh my gosh. I really don't think Mountain needs a cowboy skin. Oh, goodness. Messias, thank you very much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cowboy Mountain would be peak. Don't lie to yourself. goodness. I'm surprised Mountain doesn't have an altar. Mountain feels like an operator that would have an altar at some point. I don't know why. At least from what I've seen, anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the main thing I'm trying to figure out with, the Texas Snow Tiger voice versus the sarcasm with Texan boots. Oh my gosh. That would make a really silly illustration. I think the main thing I'm trying to figure out in terms of the Atto event, the Atto contest, when I'm trying to figure out the brainstorming segment, right? I think the deal with the Atto event is I don't know which way to go in two different elements. One, they have a option for video submission or art submission, and I probably would only have time to do one, and I can't decide which would make more sense. And two, if I was to do a video submission, I don't know which direction I would go with it. You know, I don't know if I would go, like, informative or comedy or... I don't know where I would go with it. And I know we haven't entirely finished the story. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I can think of that would make sense. And I can't wrap my brain around anything, like, definitive. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you have any opinion on the matter. If you don't, it's fine. I'm just curious. As an artist, art ought to make more sense, no? I mean, yes. My hesitation is that I feel like the art side would be much, much, much more competitive versus a video that is artistic, if that makes sense. Like, I can't submit a gameplay video. I don't do challenges. I'm not doing anything crazy game-related. But I was seeing if there was any sort of, like, video theme I could do. I mean, Arknight did have an interesting idea about talking about the skins and then, like, what operators they would fit with, but that's not really related to the event, so. Rather than informational, something as you're actively learning with a side of comedy. I like the idea of an artistic video. Like, the only direction you can go with that is sort of talking about the skin review stuff, which again isn't really related to the event directly. Which I think is the reason why we didn't get very far last time. Or something that was like comedic, but short, and I don't know how to animate. I don't know, I feel like I don't have a good enough idea that would fit nicely as a good entry. And the thing is, I can't look at other entries because they're filled of spoilers. Wait, I can probably, after we've finished reading the event, then I can look at the other entries, right? I could probably look at the other entries after that. I mean, that's the benefit, right? If I can read the event, then I can also see what you're up against. Get HR to screen entries just in case. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. As long as they don't put spoiler characters in them. Well, I would avoid any that were gameplay related because I don't really have a reason to look at any that are gameplay related. So it wouldn't really matter, like, what teams people are using, let's say. because I don't really have any reason to look at those. I'm just trying to think if there's anything from, like, a good... all of the stupid comedy ideas I can think of would all be, like, 10-second GIFs? Or, like, a short at most? And that's just not what they're looking for. I don't think anybody is submitting shorts. If I had a long time, I would probably try to see if I could sculpt something, but I do not have that. I do not have that grace right now. So there's like, I don't know, I could go with like artistic submission. But I don't know. A sculpture would be so cool. I don't have enough time though. I don't think I have enough time. I mean, I could... If I did it I don't know how to sculpt digitally yet, but if I did it traditionally, I know how. But it would have to be something that I could simplify art style-wise and pull off quickly. I don't know if I would have to film the progress of it, though. Probably not, right? If I... Well, then it goes, you know, are you submitting that as a video or as an art piece? Probably as an art piece. I don't really think you can make it an interesting video. Because the interesting videos that combine art are things where it's like a tutorial, like how to bake a thing. I remember the Exusier event had how to bake an apple pie. I remember that was one of them. So that's more of like a follow along with me type of deal. I do make sculpture though. I do know how to do sculpture, and I can actually... I'm experienced enough with sculpture to actually do that fairly quickly, so that is on the table. If I would know how to do something that was like interesting, effective, and yeah, I don't know. I think the way that where my head is going right now is like there's always a chance that I could do something related to a sculpture. There's a chance I could do a big illustration piece, and that would be more like a portfolio piece that I would try to see if I could speed rush. And then some sort of video comedy, question mark? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't have enough time to make something really good in video format. Just sort of playing with a lot of ideas, I guess. I just wanted to try to have like a rough idea of what I could work with. But, I don't know. I guess I kind of am stuck until Saturday, aren't I? It seems like I might be stuck until Saturday, because I don't really have all of the pieces that I can play with. Will you guys help me after the event? After we finish the story, will you guys help me? I would like to make something that would interest you guys too. By all means, we can throw stuff and see what sticks. I appreciate that. I really greatly appreciate that. No big brain ideas this time, but I believe in you and Stargazers. Thanks, I'm going to need it. I don't know. This Saturday we finish the event, right? We should be, yeah. I think I'm going to have to E1 a few more ops. I think Blemmy deserves E1, and I think, Jessica might need E1. I think I might start, giving stream nights E1. I think you should E2 a few more ops. Don't forget Posey. Posey is already, I think Posey is already E1 to, like, the extent that I usually have everyone. I have a question regarding stream nights. Once Atto is done, will Aroma go back to stream nights? I mean, as much as I love Haruka, I love Aroma more. Huh. I kind of thought that you would... Yeah, no, that's fair. If I'm truly keeping it as stream nights is supposed to be, then... Yeah, I'll swap them back. But I might have Haruka on my regular team, honestly, because I do like her. Same for Kazemaru, please. I can swap Kazemaru back with Viviana and E1 Viviana. Just E2 everyone you like, bro. You're sitting on resources like the Scrooge McDuck vaults. Alright. Here, you know what? Arca's a good op. She'll help you stay alive when all the E1s can't. All you whining about stream nights getting switched around when she has no Firewatch and has been sitting on a selector ticket literally since day one. Yeah, but now we know that there's gonna be a Colonel headhunting, so you know what? Now I don't regret holding on to that selector ticket at all, because that's helped me a lot, so you know what? I don't regret sitting on that selector ticket at all. Cause it did exactly its purpose. How has not spending a ticket helped you? Because now I won't accidentally have any repeats. Because now because now I have the chance to use it on someone that I haven't gotten yet. Were you thinking about other stream nights? You mean in terms of like needing to swap things around, right? I suppose I'm going to have to get to the point where I do swap things around, but I haven't really figured out how to do it yet. But yeah, I think, please E1 silence. Vesta demanding full pot of Firewatch. The other thing is, I didn't realize I could also have Susuro on stream nights. So, like, take your pick. Because we do need medics. Remember to equip Silence Skin? Okay. We do need the medics. So, full pot, 200% trust, M9, buy both skins, Firewatch, or you riot. You would riot either way. Let's be honest. You would riot either way. I'm not wrong. You just need an excuse to riot. Other bunnies would, but me? No, you're good, bunny? Are you sure? That's an excuse. M9 the 5-star op. Oh my gosh. You goofy buns. Alright. I think what I'll probably do is, I'm going to, let me think. I think what I want to do is I want to keep Haruka on for the rest of this event, and then I'll switch it back to Aroma. I might E1 Viviana and replace her earlier, because I haven't... Unless I really need to learn Doll Keepers. I don't understand how Doll Keepers work. But yeah, I did E1 Haruka and Hoshi so they could both try to stay alive, and Kichisei. I don't know, you guys say that there's too many resources being taken up by E2ing everybody. I'm finding that there's enough resources being taken up by E1. And yes, I am the person who plays JRPGs and hoards potions. Dollkeeper gets replaced with the doll if they die once, then swaps back to themselves if the doll doesn't die. Oh, okay. So you can only do it once? Unless the doll is able to stay alive. Interesting, interesting, okay. It's simple? No? No, no? Well, I guess it's not very simple then, huh? It's like a toggle skill. Okay. Why are you saying bah humbug? I don't bah humbug. It's for the entire duration on the battlefield, not once? No, I mean like if the doll does die. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. So unless the doll dies. So if the doll lives, then you're fine. Wait, can the doll be healed? If the doll keeper dies, the doll takes the place. After some time, the operator comes back and can do it again. Got it. Not under normal healing rules. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Doll does not block and can be healed. Wait, which is it? Well, anyway. I don't know. There's several ways to heal units that can't be healed, like Perfumer, for example. Oh, okay, okay. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're on stage 7 now, right? So I feel like I'm kind of going to get to the point where I have to start going back to operators that I would be using regularly. So I'm kind of tempted to swap Kazimaru with Viviana. Because Viviana we're probably going to have in stream nights more often than Kazimaru. So I might bring back Viviana. Because we're getting to the point where we have to sort of like see how long we can last. And for the boss stage, honestly, most likely going to have to go to the regular team. Still trying to figure out how everyone works, but yeah. Anyway, I think at this point, we've pretty much wrapped up stream for the most part. I don't think that I necessarily have a solid idea in place for this entry. So let's hope we can figure it out by Saturday. That would be really good. I am going to... Let me see. We have off tomorrow. We're back Saturday. We should be able to finish the event. All right. And if anyone has any questions anytime, feel free to ask in the Discord. If you're new here, definitely consider joining our Discord. We would be happy to have you. We do have an Arknights channel and an Enfield channel. Please keep Arknights discussion in the Arknights channel past Act 1 to threads, or anything regarding this event to threads, if it's the stage 7 or whatever is the next one with the boss. I'm not in the Enfield channel, but please just be respectful of the rules. Grab the rules roll so that you can chit-chat. And definitely consider subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch if you haven't yet. And I appreciate you guys so much. I really hope that you guys are enjoying Enfield. Thank you so much for stopping by. Still, it really, really, really means a lot. I wish you all the best, and I will see you on Saturday. Alright. Thank you so much.